What's happening, my blog buddies? This is Blog Content, and we have a little bit of information finally about when we will be able to play on the Nintendo Switch. Of course, we are so darn excited about this new console. It's Nintendo's new, home console that you can take anywhere on the go, and it seems like there's going to be a first-hand, opportunity to play with this console, and we are so hyped about this because, I immediately sent this over to all my buddies, here at Blog Content, and we're so excited that we actually think about making the trip over, overseas, because we are, of course, based in Amsterdam, and we would love to go there to, test out the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo is holding a Switch hands-on event in New York on January 13th, which actually is pretty soon, actually. If you think about it, it's just about a month away, something like that. And what is cool about that fact is that the console is launching in March. We don't really know when exactly, but that means that there's, a few solid months before the console comes out that we get to play it. And that is, extremely exciting to us and to me personally as well, because we've done all this update work on, Nintendo Switch. We're so, excited about the possibility for this cool console, and, the idea of getting to try it out for real is just so wondrous. So, the article actually says on Polygon.com, the Nintendo Switch, the console handheld hybrid announced last month, will make its hands-on debut at a private event in New York on January 13, 2017. Nintendo announced that today. The Switch will get a 5-hour event in New York, followed by a streamed presentation on the evening of January 12. And yes, we know January 12 will, of course, be this Nintendo Direct that we are all waiting for, because in this Nintendo Direct, Nintendo will talk a lot more about the Switch, and not just what it does, but also what games are going to be appearing on it, at least in the launch window of the Nintendo Switch, which is super exciting. And now we know that it will get a 5-hour event in New York, which is cool because, there is, of course, a Nintendo store in New York, which is, I think it's pretty new, actually. And that's really awesome, because I think that's going to be the location. Just saying New York, immediately my mind goes to, yeah, they're going to do that in the Nintendo, the Nintendo World Store. A street presentation will, of course, happen the day before. So we already have a lot of information. And then once we know about the games, we know about the possible Mario Kart, we know about the possible Splatoon, and we know that there might be a mainline Mario game playable at launch. So getting to play that game, right after we've seen the presentation on the 12th would be so cool. And Nintendo is referring to that right now as the Tokyo Webcast. That will offer more details about upcoming hardware, which Nintendo has remained mum on since the 3-minute announcement trailer debuted in mid-October. So not just software, but also hardware. Maybe the add-ons, maybe other Joy-Con kind of accessory stuff. And then the Tokyo presentation will be held live for investors and media, Nintendo said in an earlier announcement. So, right, they're looking for, more investors for this console, for more media, for, more coverage, but also, to let the third parties know this is the console to go to. And the company will reveal the Switch price and exact release date, on that, video. At least we hope. There's not been a real confirmation yet, but it's a good guess that, January is about the time to, if it's going to launch in March, we're going to need to know, when it will be in about January. So that makes sense to me, at least. Up until now, the platform has only been given a March 2017 launch window. So anywhere in that month could be it. I think they're going to do a big global launch that will launch everywhere at the same time. They've done that with multiple games as well, which is really cool. And while Nintendo hasn't announced an exact location or further details for the New York follow-up event, it did stress that it will further emphasize some of the details that Nintendo plans to announce. So, thinking about New York, of course, it's going to be a Nintendo World Store. That makes so much sense, and it will be, in Nintendo's home. They will probably have these Nintendo Switch booths, very similar to the Wii U ones, where you can just play on the new console. And to me, a lot about this is just so exciting, just because we're gonna get, we're finally gonna touch these games. We're finally gonna play with these awesome new Nintendo games on a new Nintendo console. So I just wanted to ask all you guys listening, the Block Content viewers, what do you think that will be revealed in the Nintendo Direct that will happen on the 12th? And what do you think will be playable on the 13th? And should we, as Block Content, make the big plane trip to go there and have some fun? We've already reached out to Nintendo for the possibilities, and I know we're a relatively small YouTube channel. We've just started, I think 5 months or something like that. But it's very exciting because we're growing so fast, and I think that, the majority of our content is, of course, Nintendo related. So to me, it would be a shoo-in if we could be there and have some fun with all, the Nintendo officials. That'd be really cool for us, and I think it's going to happen. I have this good feeling about it. So let us know in the comments, what do you think will happen on the 12th, and then what will be playable on the 13th? I'm very excited what you guys will think, and I'll pick and choose some comments out of that, and I'll use them in the next video that we make. Anyway, I thank you guys so much for watching. This was Block Content. We have all the news on Nintendo's latest, and of course more in media world, TV shows, and games as well. Thanks so much, and we'll see you guys around the corner where there's always more Nintendo Switch news.